Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. Today is Friday, December 1st. It's week 14 in college football, and we are going to talk right now with Steve from collegefootballwinning.com about the MAC championship game, Akron and Toledo. Steve, this is a very interesting handicapping situation, of course. Thanks for being with us. They did play already once this year, and Toledo absolutely blew them out, and Toledo is looking like they have an offense that's absolutely unstoppable. So not too surprisingly, their spread has gotten bet way up since it opened at about 17.5. It's now up to 21 market-wide. So for a championship game, that's a huge move there on the spread. The total has also gotten bet up from 56 up to 58.5. And I don't know what I think about the spread. You know, sometimes these conference championship games can be a little bit closer than expected, but Toledo definitely looks unstoppable right now. I think I would be leaning to the over, though, still even at 58.5, although Akron's been a huge under-trender on the year, but they do have a quarterback who, should be at least somewhat productive here. So feels like Toledo's going to put a ton of points on the board. Akron should put some. The game probably goes over, and as far as the spread's concerned, I'm not sure, but it's an interesting situation. What's your take on this one, Steve?
Another great introduction
by you,
Steve. Peter Loshak. Well done. I do have an opinion on the spread here, not the total. So I'd like to talk about that. This is, you already introduced it again so well. This is a rematch of a game played just a little more than a month ago. Toledo won at Toledo 48-21. So they won by 27 points. They covered the 15-point spread by 12 points. In that game, the Rockets outgained the Zips by 293 yards. So if we use average college football yards per point statistics, that equates to a little over 20 points is what that should have been instead of the 27 points. So that justifies the 21 points on the point spread here. So for this MAC championship game, we have, Toledo minus 21. So it seems to make sense according to the game they just played, right? Well, we might start taking away points for home field advantage since the last time they played was at the Glass Bowl in Toledo. So this one is going to be played at a neutral site, so maybe you're going to take off a few points for that. But wait, we saw this game at Akron, not a neutral site, but at Akron last season with a lot of the same players and definitely these same head coaches. Toledo won that game at Akron 48-17. So they won by 31 points, and they covered that 10.5-point spread by 20.5 points. And last year's Akron team had a better offense than this year's Akron team by about a full yard per play, which is huge. And this year's Toledo team has a better defense than last year's Toledo team. This game is, of course, being played at a neutral site. It's in Detroit. It's at Ford Field. So it's in a dome. I, of course, think that the lack of weather should facilitate the more explosive team to get those big explosive plays. So which one is the more explosive team? Toledo ranks 7th in the country, Peter, in explosive plays from the line of scrimmage. That's defined as plays gaining at least 10 yards versus FBS competition. Akron, on the other hand, is ranked just 85th, so not very good. Toledo, defensively, ranks 58th in stopping those plays, so slightly above average. But again, Akron is not much of a threat for those explosive plays here. While Akron defensively ranks 106th in that same category for stopping those explosive plays from the line of scrimmage, that is just horrible. I think this spells big trouble for Akron and a big scoring day for Toledo. Speaking of Akron and trouble, bad things tend to happen. This is true for most teams in college football when they get behind, but that's especially true with Akron and their head coach, Terry Bowden's teams. Like most teams, they feel compelled to pass more when they're losing. So in Akron games, under head coach Terry Bowden, when losing, so the past 4 years, when they're losing, they've thrown 20 touchdown passes, this is over 4 seasons when losing, and a whopping 36 interceptions. Again, this is very bad news for Akron, as I do expect they will have to play from behind for a majority of this game. Motivation. Toledo players. So you might think, well, Toledo players aren't going to be very motivated because they already beat Akron. They destroyed them last year, destroyed them this year. So this seems like just sort of a ho-hum experience for them. I don't think that's the case. Toledo players have had on their phones for months screensavers that say, "Get to Detroit." This game, this MAC championship game. There's a big sign hanging in the Toledo weight room, and it says, "Get to Detroit." Their season has been all about this game, Peter, for Toledo. All about this championship game, a game that they haven't won since 2004. Just a few betting indicators. Toledo head coach Jason Candle, he's 3-1 against the spread versus the FBS when favored by at least 3 touchdowns, as they are in this game. And I know I said last 3 years he's only been the head coach there 2 years, but he was their offensive coordinator before that here at Toledo. Now Akron, their head coach, Terry Bowden, last 3 years. This kind of spread when he's at least a 3-touchdown underdog, 0-3 against the spread. So you put those together, put those against the spread records when you've got a 3-point favorite, 3-point underdog in this spot here, and you've got a 6-1 against the spread record favoring Toledo in this spot. As you can tell, Peter, I like Toledo at -21, which is widely available. And even though that line has moved around a little bit, so I think that is still a good reason to check places like SBRodds.com to get the best number.
All right, that's what I was thinking as well. I was looking at this game, thinking to myself, how in the hell is Akron going to be able to stop Toledo? Maybe Toledo on the team total over, which should be under 40, might also be something worth thinking about. Steve from collegefootballwinning.com, though, recommending a play on Toledo, -21. Thanks so much, Steve. Tell us how things are going at collegefootballwinning.com right now.
Thank you, Peter. Things are going very well at collegefootballwinning.com. We're a company founded on making betting recommendations using sets of algorithms, and we call those algorithmic betting recommendations our formula. The lifetime of the formula now, this is current as of this day, December 1st, 2017, is 60.64% against the spread. This year, Peter, we are 65.71% against the spread with that formula. That, of course, is all great news. The bad news is we are currently not open to new clients. But you can go to collegefootballwinning.com and you can join our waiting list, and we would be happy to have you there.
Great, Steve. Thanks so much. Talk to you again very soon.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.